Bonfire Banter, we are back. We have our second installment of our Support Small Business, and we have two new panelists out tonight. We're very excited. We have Deanna over here. I've known her for a long time. Thank you for coming out, Deanna.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Yeah, thank you for coming by. We got a roaring fire on this really cool night. Yeah, it's really going to keep us warm, so I'm happy about this. And then we have Margie over here as well. Thank you for coming out.
You're welcome.
So,
My pleasure.
And Margie, actually, about 2 years ago, I came to you for the first time and had you do some T-shirts for us. But tell us a little bit about your company.
So my company is Angel Fancy Design Studio, and I'm located in Elmhurst. And I'm a graphic designer, so my shop, I do T-shirts, but because I'm a graphic designer, I also offer yard signs and anything signage.
Okay, yeah.
And a lot more. I'm also a seamstress, but I don't advertise it
Yeah.
very much. But I got started. Actually, I worked for corporate America for about 16 years.
Okay.
And then we moved to Elmhurst, and it was a good time to leave my job. And I accidentally got pregnant again. Sorry, Eric.
It's a blessing now. We all know.
And I decided I no longer am going to work because at this time I have four kids, and
Okay.
decided it was time to do something from home. So I actually started a business at home.
Okay.
And it just started growing, and
Just like word of mouth and just friends
Just
and
word
family
of-
and stuff?
friends, family, word of mouth. And one day I was,
Well, you're getting it now.
yeah, that's okay. One day I was driving down Spring Road, and I saw a vacant space,
Yeah.
and decided to inquire about it, and that's how I opened up the shop.
I think that Great American Exteriors used to be there.
They did.
Right?
Exactly.
And then we moved
They
to the
were
double
there.
wide unit.
Yeah, and it had
Yeah.
been vacant for like over a year. And I didn't even tell my husband about it. I just kind of, and truth be told, I only live like 4 blocks away.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I probably have driven down that road every single day. But it was this one particular day that I noticed a sign, and it just called me. And
Yeah.
so I called the number and inquired and looked at it that day, and came home and told my husband, and he's like, wait, you're going to do what?
Yeah. It's a big leap from going to the
So-
house to a shop on Spring Road.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how it all happened.
How long ago?
That was in 2014.
Okay.
So I'm going on 8 years.
Nice.
So it's been great. And my husband will say that he would have totally lost the bet at how successful
Yeah.
it was going to be. So,
Yeah.
but I think the reason it's successful is because I'm just not a T-shirt company.
Yes.
I do a lot of other things.
Yeah. And you get some stuff you do some stuff for York and some of the local
The
high schools and
local
stuff?
schools
Yeah.
all the time. It's it's been great.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And then Dee, tell us a little bit about what you do here. You're the Jedi Hair Master, right?
I am Jedi Hair Master D.
Yeah.
I have 2 locations, and one is in Wicker Park in the lovely city of Chicago. And that's more of my business.
Okay.
And it's just, it's a loft that I rent the space, and I'm the only one in there, and it's very intimate.
Yeah.
And I have a slamming clientele down there that I can't leave. I left a really big salon. It was a big risk during the pandemic. It was like, you can go back to work and work with a lot of people and be a little like against the rules with capacity and make everybody uncomfortable, myself included.
Yeah.
Or you can leave that and see if people will follow you.
Yeah.
And I am almost a year in to on my own, which is very exciting.
That's a big that's a
Happy
big goal.
birthday. Happy 1
Absolutely.
year to me.
Pretty awesome stuff.
And then
yeah.
I work for my mom and grandma, who are also female entrepreneurs.
Yes. We should have got Ann out here.
I know,
tonight.
Shan,
What
the
was
world
she
is not
doing?
ready for Ann Gato. But we work next door to Margie, so
Yep.
it's a girl power over there. Just
Yep.
our little
Yeah.
2-door shop.
Yep. So you guys have known each other for a while.
Oh,
right?
I've been I've had the craziest ideas. Margie's brought them to life.
Yeah.
It's my favorite store in Elmhurst by far. So I can't say enough about Angel Fancy.
And then give your mom a shout out.
And
What's her? I know the name of it, but I'll let you.
Hair Innovations, the mom and pop shop that has been a salon in Elmhurst since the 50s.
Is it really?
Yes, it used to be called Burdett's, and
Okay.
then in the 80s, my mom and grandma became owners,
Okay.
and they called it Hair Innovations, and
Yeah.
it was a very 80s name,
Yeah.
and there was lots of shapes on the walls. And it was actually, I think it looked cooler in the 80s than it does now. But, you know, we got
So-
Grandma in there on the decor. And having the 80-year-old woman in charge of decor is not
Yeah.
good.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you have your own opinions of what should change in there.
Well, a birdhouse does not belong on a toilet, but that's just me.
Oh man, I love birdhouses.
but maybe not on the toilet. Yeah.
Not there.
Maybe not in that
Maybe in the
location.
parking lot. I don't know. The dumpster.
So yeah, that was a big risk. I didn't realize that you did that like right in the midst of.
I jumped. I worked at a
Yeah.
very cool salon in Chicago. It was one of the best ones there.
Yeah.
And I loved it, but it was like, what are we going to do? We're 13 stations.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, and it's not super distanced. And then if you have
No,
all
I
this-
was in the middle of the room.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can see that being a little nerve wracking, especially in the beginning when we had no idea what was
Yeah.
happening with that. But so did you see when you first started though that people weren't getting their hair cut? Or were you like when you first started like sweating it, like people aren't really coming out to do this?
Right. Well, I mean, when I was at the salon, we were booked solid. People were like racing to the door. We were crazy booked.
The salon before you started your own.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And then when I went on my own, I was slammed in the beginning, and then I had some slow moments. Like
Yeah.
there were days I had literally not a soul.
Yeah.
And it was like, is this the right decision
Yeah.
in my life? But
Yeah.
it's worked out. I only didn't make rent one time, and that is because I myself had COVID. And I probably shouldn't have been touching people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a tough one. You pretty much get locked down there. Yeah, I
Yep.
can't imagine 2 weeks gone of not doing anything.
I
It's-
was responsible.
hurts the old bottom line there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So your customers follow you. My sons go
Yes.
to Deanna.
Oh, do they? Yeah.
Yep. And sometimes, well, Andrew used to go to you, and when was it Wicker Park? When you were in Wicker Park?
Andrew went to the salon I worked at
Okay.
all the time, and he hasn't seen neither of the boys have seen my Wicker Park one, but they both came to me in the salon and then now in Elmhurst because that's home.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get to visit me then.
Exactly.
You can
Except
pop
yesterday when you weren't there.
So, Marty, how did your company change, or what kind of obstacles did you run into during COVID?
Actually, the only obstacles I really had is I was nervous like everybody else. I didn't know how to handle orders in terms of, in the very beginning, it was so tough. So I ended up doing, placing orders outside, or if people the people would drop off money,
no contact
but there was
orders and
no
stuff. Yeah.
contact. We waved inside the door. I mean, I showed artwork, on the windows and things like that. In the very beginning, it was really tough, but I have to say I've been really blessed because, and I think it's because of the fact that I do something other than T-shirts.
Yeah.
It was a really tough time for the graduates for that year. My
Yeah.
youngest was a York graduate.
Oh,
and
last
missed out-
year?
Yeah, last
Oh
year.
God, I feel
And-
bad for all the kids that were
Yeah,
that
it
age.
was really tough for them. But the school really didn't know what they wanted to do, in terms of recognizing the kids. They didn't know if there was going to be a graduation, and everything was just so up in the air. So the parents really just started coming through, especially for the athletes. One of the parents wanted some kind of recognition for the senior athletes
Yeah.
that lost their entire season.
Yeah.
So they ended up having me. I printed banners. It was 120 seniors.
Wasn't it on the fence on
Yeah,
Spring Road
yeah.
on the stadium?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. It was.
So you printed all of those?
I printed all.
That's
of
a good
them.
order.
Yeah, yeah. And then and then there were graduation signs. So there wasn't a
Yeah.
lot of T-shirt business going on,
But the signs are going crazy.
the
Oh, signs were
the
real.
banners, it-
Open District 205,
oh yeah, the District 205, the
reopen.
yeah, the reopen, the protest signs. You do it all.
Yeah. The people in the parking lot, she makes a sign, tells them that if they're on camera and they're being watched. So,
I help out the neighbors where I can.
That's
Yeah, right. Maybe we'll come to you and try to get a nice big bonfire banter one.
there you go.
Hang it on the tent or
Oh,
something. or-
definitely, I need to
inside.
do that for you.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
take you
something
up on that.
behind you. You
Right?
know, you can,
Yeah, we need a little something, or maybe behind him, so when he turns his camera around, he can see it on the back of the tent. Or we got to figure
Yeah.
out something. But we can
Yeah,
definitely
well-
use a
can
little signage.
definitely do something.
What do you
That'd be
think?
nice.
Yeah, right?
Nice big logo
Yeah,
right behind us would be
Yeah,
good.
that'd be pretty sweet.
for sure.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that after this.
Definitely.
So-
Definitely.
As far as kind of, we'll get into successes here soon, but one of the things that I like about these episodes is that I'm hoping to inspire some people that are maybe sitting there like you were last year going, is this the right move? Do I want to go on my own? Do I want to start these things? And let's maybe start with some of like the things you learned, or some of the downfalls or things you had to, some obstacles you had to overcome just in general without COVID. But you're kind of on a, first year. I'm sure that there's been some ups and downs.
Yes, learning to keep your books and not being like, oh, it's tax time. What did I make every single day this year that I didn't keep track of?
Yeah.
So, learning to properly take, books and
And you're saying you're going back to school right now to actually
I'm going back to school.
make yourself even more-
I mean, starting school for like the first time, not like going back because I never stopped. I just didn't go that way.
yeah.
But learning to do tax is what I'm going to do. So,
Yeah.
But that will be very
Yeah, that's definitely a big
Lucrative
one
to
and
my,
a
business.
necessity because then again, you don't got to hire somebody out.
exactly.
You don't got to pay somebody to do that portion. Which if you could do it all yourself, that's obviously
Right,
Probably.
and help out the other 1099 people and the other independent contractors that are like, what is this form? Or how should I properly keep track of this and that? So I'm not like, going to my tax guy with all my receipts and he's like,
Yeah.
I don't need that. Don't show me that.
I definitely so it's over my head. That's for sure.
Yes, and just learning how to budget. I have to buy a lot of stuff. There's
Yeah.
like all the stuff before was bought for me, and now
Yep.
it's like I need literally everything. And now on top of it, we need PPE stuff because it's
Yep.
like, people were using disposable masks because they'd come with the cute ones tied behind their head. Thank goodness we're taking those off now. Very,
Yeah.
very happy
Yes.
about that. But yeah, gloves and like sanitizer and your cleaning products.
So did
it's the
you then
whole
go
thing.
out and try to get those loans for the PPE stuff? Or-
I did get one.
Okay, yeah,
So I did get a little help.
that's
And that was
that's ideal.
very, very good.
Yeah, I was gonna say that again is a learning curve. Is like, okay, what do I got to do to get this thing? How do I,
Yes.
go about?
It's forms, it's talking to the right people. It's just, it's not sitting there and like
Woe is
letting it
me.
go
Yeah,
by.
yeah,
You got to
exactly.
like figure it out and do it because no one's going to do it for you.
Google's a powerful tool.
Heck yes, it is.
So the merge, kind of the same thing. I mean, you've been around for a little while now, as far as your company, and I'm sure that there's ups and downs every year. But is there something that really sticks out to me when you were first starting, or even now? It's like, was it a learning curve, or something was a little more difficult?
I think really it was just trying to stay true to myself and what I wanted to provide customers and not, be forced to do something that, that I feel is not quality work.
Yeah,
So I didn't really, everything has just been really going well. One of the most important things was establishing. I'm getting the ashes.
get a
all
little
over here.
ash. Yeah,
Was establishing good business relationships with my suppliers. So without them, I think that is really key in being in a business is, to have a good working relationship
Yeah.
with your suppliers and then and and with your customers, really be honest with them. And I always, I get a lot of reviews, and my reviews are always that have gone above and beyond, and
Yeah.
and it's true. I mean, that's like you know when
Yeah.
you came in with your
Yeah,
things.
I didn't think
know.
you were going to touch them up at all, and
Yeah.
then I needed some help with that one Roseanne one specifically.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, that you did some really over my head as far as ability level Photoshop there.
Well, I would have to say that probably one of the downfalls is that I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And so that, I end up wanting to change something.
Yeah.
And not everybody always sees things the way I do.
Yeah.
I will tell you that I did have an experience where I used to do logos for people too. And then one time I was making a logo, and it was actually for someone out of state, and it was a cupcake business. And they wanted me to just come up with a logo for them. So I came up with these really 3 different designs, which I thought were awesome, right?
Yeah.
And the learning curve there was that they hated them. And I'm like,
All 3 of them.
they hated them. and the learning was not to take it personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now when people come in, I had realized that my taste, not everyone has my taste.
Yeah.
Sure, they were cool designs, but it wasn't their taste.
Yeah.
So I stopped doing that. I mean, I will help people with logos, but I make them do the research and send me pictures, send me what you like,
Yeah.
and elements of it. It could be several different logos or things, and I'll
Color
put it
schemes
together
and stuff.
for you.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And the art, the time I put into doing artwork really is straining. It's a lot of time I put into it. So that's been a huge learning for me. And COVID, I mean, there wasn't anything, my business really grew with COVID just because everybody wanted to recognize, the kids that were missing out
Yeah.
and things like that. So
Did you have to do any of the PPE stuff? I mean, you're pretty much
I did face masks. So
okay. Yeah. Oh, you're making them.
I made them, but I didn't have to invest in any
Yeah,
of
okay,
it. But because I'm also a seamstress, I was making homemade masks. So
Yeah.
I offered that initially before they were even available.
Yeah, right.
I was making them because they weren't available.
Yeah, it was a smart move to jump on that.
Oh
if
my
you can
God.
make them
Yeah. I was making really bad ones. I'm glad I didn't share that.
You were
Really,
taking
really
your hand
happened.
at some the sewing machine.
I was like
or-
cutting up shirts and like
Oh my gosh.
bandanas,
You
and
gotta
it was.
come over when you have
I
like
really.
when you have a sewing need. I mean, your boss came over. Hey, Martin, they had to fix one of his flags.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
He's really into those flags.
Yeah.
He's and that we get. You got something for us, Rob?
Yeah, we got a question.
Oh, really?
actually.
Nice.
Oh.
Yes. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Has there ever been an order that you had to refuse to make because of your personal beliefs or viewpoints?
Because of what?
Personal beliefs or viewpoints?
No.
No,
No.
that's probably a good thing. Is it just never came
You know
across,
what?
or
I mean, I really, I try not to refuse work, but I mean, I haven't come across something.
yeah,
I don't, I mean, I've gotten things that are questionable, and I always get people who apologize in advance for it.
Yeah.
But I'm cool with it,
Yeah, right.
unless it's, gonna harm somebody.
yeah. I
I
was gonna say, it
mean.
seems like you've
Right.
been lucky in that sense. Then that there hasn't been anything that was controversial come across your plate. To,
Oh,
it's
I
like
mean,
yeah.
there is controversial
Okay,
stuff
yeah.
I get all the time, but I'm not like, mass producing it. And
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's not to say that I wouldn't refuse something, but so far I have not had to.
Okay. It's a good question. Who is that one from, Rob? Oh, nice. Okay. Thank you, Jess.
Good question.
Absolutely. And I forgot where we were going before before we got on that. But as far as some of the successes you've seen so far, Dee, what's like your proudest moment since you've been in business and you're doing your own thing?
No, just those weeks where you look at the weekly earnings and they are way more than the paychecks at the old place.
Well,
and then
yeah.
you're like, all right,
It's
that's
all going
cool.
into one pocket now.
And
not
then
being
when people
divided up.
keep rebooking, that's and all the reviews and just staying busy.
Yeah.
That's the true success.
Yeah. Have you seen, again, like, from marketing and stuff like that, are you trying to advertise? Are you trying to go more word of mouth? You got your customers and kind of just let it grow from there?
I kind of just stay with who I already have
Yeah.
and do referrals and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm always accepting new clients, but I am not great with my advertising.
Yeah.
But like I'll spend 5 hours on a color, like a crazy color, and then I have someone right after and I don't have time to do a photo shoot. So it's kind of like, well, that
Yep.
really stinks because that would have been an awesome picture. And
Right.
that's where the problem is. But
Some before and afters and
yeah,
stuff.
some before and afters and just having the time for it. But being too busy for it is not a bad thing.
No, yeah. That's
And
for
there
sure.
are some photos that I do have
Yeah.
that people are like, oh, I love that. That's how I found you. And
Yeah.
that happens too. So
Because I'm sure that,
I don't even have a business card right now. That is bad. In one
That is
whole
bad.
year, I don't have a business card.
get on Vistaprint.
But I thought,
And
like, okay,
get your
All you
print the
need
card.
is one, and you just take a picture of it and have
Yeah, there you
people
go.
send
That's
right,
true, yeah.
exactly. I like never even got that far. I was like, all right, I'm
That's
just gonna
funny.
work.
Well, it's clearly working without having to do too much advertising.
Just
so
grassrooting it around.
that's all you got to do, apparently. Yeah. So
I can relate to that.
yeah, I was gonna say,
yeah.
kind of the same
I can
thing?
totally relate to that. Yeah. I mean, honestly, since I opened up the shop, I have put together my website, and this was back in 2014, and I have not touched it.
Yeah.
And it really looks sad.
And Margie, you still don't have an Instagram, right?
And I don't.
Ah,
I know,
she'd be.
but
I mean, you've
I-
made some ridiculous
I
things.
know, I know.
For
And
me
so-
alone.
And like today, I just made for someone who had purchased a Harley Davidson T-shirt for a boy, but when it arrived, and I always get Etsy mistakes all the time.
Really?
When it arrived, it was outlined. The logo was outlined in pink. So they brought it in and they said, what could you do? And they wanted to add words. So they wanted to add, it was just the Harley logo. And they wanted to add born to ride, made to walk. So I did that in like a blue color to kind of offset the fact that it was a boy girl thing. So
So you're able to take other people's stuff and
yeah,
still
I
update,
get
yeah.
people coming in all the time for fixes.
Really?
But,
Okay. I wouldn't have thought that for some reason. I don't know.
Oh yeah, all the time. I
Yeah.
mean, I've had people come in and ask me, they're like, did you make this shirt? And I'm like, yeah, no, I didn't make that shirt. And they're like, oh, because the letters are coming off. It's like, oh, okay. Well, if you want to, I can fix it for you. And so, but yeah, all kinds of, oh, was that a bite?
You want-
I don't know.
Or
I felt a bug. The bug
Very
thing. Can't do the bug.
jumpy.
Yes, I'm very jumpy with the bug thing.
We should put one of the thermosols by you. I don't know. Maybe
yeah, but
tell
the
Robbie-
sun, you're not in the sun.
Yeah, we're
anymore.
good. As the sun dipped down, I think we're actually I'm feeling a little cooler than I was before.
Yeah, we'll just call it ice bucket banter.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll dump an ice bucket on you. I got
Oh,
some. I got a
no.
cooler over there.
I'm kind of interested.
So I think it's kind of fun again that we all work on Spring Road.
Spring Road.
Yeah.
Spring Road is always fun for the parade, and I think you were kind of mentioning off screen that kind of separated yourself from maybe not going to those as often anymore, or what?
Well, I mean, primarily because it invites friends and family
Yeah.
into my shop, and my shop is just since I opened, I've got a lot going on in there, so I don't have. I used to put out a really nice spread and everything, but I've done a lot of collecting of things, and
There's not a whole lot of
it's
room
just
anymore.
not very inviting. I actually did the parade thinking it would help promote business,
Yeah.
but it doesn't.
Didn't
It just
really help
No,
much.
it
same.
just attracts people that are interested in asking a question for that day, and then they forgot.
Or if
that
they can ask to use the bathroom.
Exactly. Truth be told, that happens a lot too.
Yes.
So, but
Yes.
yeah, we were talking about my websites that I hadn't touched my website
Yeah.
at all, and people are. I get a lot of people coming in from just my Google reviews.
Okay.
And that and word of mouth. So.
Yeah.
But I will. I know I got to do the Instagram thing. Totally
Yeah.
need to do
Instagram's a
that.
good one for her for sure.
And you have it.
No, I have it.
And you didn't.
And
take
mine
pictures?
is like not good, but it's good enough with like, 70-ish. I don't even know how many posts. 70
Why don't
sounds
you
a lot.
just ask like your client that you did the hair thing, ask her to take a picture and send it to
Yeah, I could do the selfie
that.
Could start
thing.
doing that. Yeah.
I got really back into pictures with everyone wearing the mask in the pictures because then it was like,
We're safe here. It's okay.
well,
to
and
come-
like it was relevant, like to the times. All the
Yeah.
clients have masks on, so now those pictures happened now.
Oh,
but now all
gotcha.
mine have masks on. I'm like, oh no, no, that's not cool anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking
we
your
wanna
mask off
forget
is
about
cool.
that.
Yes.
That was
So now
the
I
year
need
that we're
9
gonna-
more.
Yeah.
Yes. We're moving
Because
past
it's all
it.
about your first 9.
First 9?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
That's the 9 that you see. The first 9 photos.
Oh.
Oh, I had no
Okay.
idea what you were
No, I
talking
had
about.
no idea what she's
6,
saying
7,
either.
8, 9, yeah.
Yeah.
Your first 9 is what's up.
Okay. Yeah, because
They're in 3s.
gotcha. So that's before you start scrolling.
Yeah,
It's
before
just
you
like
start
what
scrolling,
you
just
see.
stay at the 9. Don't
Yeah.
go any further. No one needs to go
The
in the
9
past.
look good. Yeah.
Does that work for websites too? I mean,
Yeah,
it's just so awful.
yeah, and I actually just learned how to make a website, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna put those.
That's another
skills-
skill that comes
right?
in handy.
One day in English 101, baby.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
I
are
will tell
killing it.
you, they're a lot easier to make back in the
When
day
they were-
when I was making them.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have you guys sign the X. Be careful; it has no guard on it.
Okay.
Don't hurt yourself. Don't drop it on my feet. I have no shoes on.
I work with sharp things every day.
Yeah, you're. Yeah. Do you think you give me a trim with that thing? We'll sharpen it
Maybe
first.
if we have some clips and
Yeah.
just put some hair out and just
Yeah, there we go. I think that'll
probably.
work. I'm willing to try. Now, you might have to go to the yellow.
I might go to yellow.
Got something for us?
Yeah, we got a question while she's signing the X.
Yeah. What do you got?
Any crazy or interesting customer client experiences?
Oh gosh.
Crazy, interesting customer client experiences.
Always. Where do we start?
I'll think of one. But
Yeah. Why don't you got a funny one?
I mean, I know I should.
Yeah.
I knew that question was gonna.
Have you ever had somebody that like you did their hair and you're just like, I hate it. Oh my god.
Oh well, yes, of course that happens, but usually that's never your fault. It's
Yeah.
there's a lot of underlying problems.
Yeah.
Let's see.
People are very particular about their
Yes,
hair.
or you'll
Yeah.
know people will be drunk in my chair.
Oh, really?
or,
Okay. That's
Like,
a
like
good
I'm
one.
trying to do their hair and they're like,
Nodding off and stuff.
hey, I chase children around with scissors.
There you go. Yeah.
Because they don't want to sit down. I'm actually really good at that.
Yeah.
And I
Have you-
actually give them good haircuts that way.
At that
somehow.
salon you were at before you started your place, were there ever kids coming in?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was, okay.
It wasn't like a kid-friendly salon, but
It wasn't.
it was not.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's just children are going to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, people are pregnant, kids are coming in.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just what's
happening.
going to happen.
Yeah.
We can't avoid the kiddos.
Yeah, I can't imagine giving a little kids haircuts is fun. I've watched my daughter get a couple haircuts and she's pretty good with it, but I've seen a couple kids sitting next to them that were just crying and freaking out
Oh.
and moving all around and
I hear 'em.
Depends.
yeah. Yeah. Do you guys share a wall? Yeah, you do.
We do. I
Yeah.
hear the dog.
Yep.
Okay.
We hear the dog. We're like, oh, the dog's barking.
Yeah.
Or like the people will be like, some of the old ladies will be like thinking they're crazy,
Yeah.
which they are.
I've been hearing
But
something.
they're like, is that a dog? Is there a dog in here?
Like
It's
you should just be like, nope, I
Nope,
don't. I'm not
there's
hearing
no
it.
dog
Yeah.
here.
I'm not hearing it.
yeah, and you probably hear all
Yeah,
our
do-
chit chat.
No, I can't hear. I mean, I hear laughter, and I can't hear hair dryers or
Oh,
anything
man.
like that. But I hear, very loud laughter.
Oh,
I can
yeah.
hear if
Someone-
someone's yelling, but I can't make it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, one time I was full on practicing karaoke. and Brian walks in from the auto store, and I'm like singing like a Gwen Stefani song. I'm just like, I don't know. There was a time in my 20s, but that was real good fun.
You just walk in the back
I
and you're just
it was me.
you're by
singing.
yourself and you're just going at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do work late nights sometimes, and I do remember many years back, though, I was working at night, and I heard you singing, and you sing very well.
Oh,
I
there
can't
you go.
remember what.
I don't know that I've ever heard you
No.
sing.
Yeah, I heard her sing, and I'm like, and I walked by, and she's busy working and having a good old time.
Oh, you never
In
know.
your own world.
Seriously.
So what do you hear over by us?
I just hear the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name again?
But Maxine, it's a
Maxine,
girl.
girl,
I
yeah.
call her Max, so people
Okay.
get confused. But that's the one nice thing about working there is that I can have my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's your house.
yeah.
It's your home.
She's just a
It's,
Chihuahua. She's
Yeah,
only
she's a
4
cutie.
pounds.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because she know there's certain dogs she will allow to pass and not make a noise, and there's others that and there's no stopping.
Yeah.
She knows the ones that and it's like she's gonna eat them.
Yeah. The little dogs always put up the biggest front.
But,
you know, they're-
Probably with people,
I
too.
Yeah.
haven't been able to. It's not every single dog. So there's certain
weird.
dogs, and I don't know if maybe that dog,
Side-eyed
antagonized
or
her one
something,
time. I have no idea.
so there's no rhyme or reason. It's not big dogs, not little dogs. It's just-
Well, I think it's regulars.
Okay.
So it's certain ones that she's protecting me from, and it's
okay, so you're saying that like people that regularly walk their dog past the shop, you're seeing them constantly. And,
yeah, and she, like I said, some just pass without her making a peep. Others she's like letting them know, and
Yeah.
but she barks all the time when someone comes in because she's very excited
Yeah.
for people to come in.
Yeah.
Because I'm working all the time and I'm not playing with her.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, and then she'll go get a toy.
It's
or
almost like a little
something.
doorbell. You don't need like a little
She is
dinger
a
to-
doorbell. She is a
Yeah.
doorbell, yeah.
Yeah. It's alerting you.
Yeah.
So as far as that same question that we were asking Dee, do you have any funny experiences with customers or any?
A funny one didn't come to mind, but I do get a lot of people sometimes that get emotional
Really?
Oh, I'm
because there's a lot
sure.
of like memorial shirts
Yeah.
or something, and they'll make me cry because I don't
Dude, it
come
starts
to
happening.
me and start crying
Yeah.
because all I got to do is look at you and I'll start crying.
So then both of you are standing there holding these things, just weeping
Right.
with each other.
Yeah. So those are tough ones, So there's sometimes a lot of hugging with strangers because that's what you do when somebody,
Yes.
But I have stories all the time, but one is just not coming to
Yeah.
mind.
I
No, that's
know.
good though. I wouldn't have thought the crying thing but that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
It's definitely get a little emotional. So I know
It's
now
like-
that if I walk by your shop and you're sitting there crying with somebody, I don't need to
Well,
alert the police or anything.
It's like tell me a sad story and then I'm crying. I just let them know right away. You're making me cry. But so yeah, that's something I cannot control. I can't control blushing either. So
Yeah.
when that comes on, I let them know that I am blushing. And you don't. Need
You're
to
not in
call-
love with them.
No, you don't. No, you don't need to call an ambulance. But I will be bright red in a minute.
I was kind of interested in some of the technology that you have over there because you were kind of trying to explain it to me this a little over my head when I'd gotten the first shirts done. Well, Chef Jordan's going to come in here, give us some plates and
All
get us
right.
ready here. But
Why, thank you.
so yeah, no. So as far as some of the equipment that you have, what makes it different than what other people are doing? Why is it better? Why is it more
Gosh,
quality?
do you really want to know? Okay.
We're very
okay,
interested.
so in the
Thank you, sir.
well, let's talk screen printing. Thank you. In the screen printing world, there's, you have your screen printing, which some people call it paint, but it really isn't paint, it's ink.
Okay.
And screen printing is done with screens and in layers and spot colors. And then so screen printing, I offer that, but I don't personally do it.
Okay.
And then and that is a big piece of my business, and this goes back to having a good relationship
Yeah.
with a supplier. And I before I even had the shop, I've been working with this supplier for me that does all my shirts, and we have a wonderful relationship. Then the other parts of wow.
Beautiful.
Tell me this is legitimate. So here, let's take a quick break here and let Jordan pass these out, and I'm gonna let him.
Can we introduce? what
Yeah,
he's doing?
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm gonna get him over here and have him talk about what we got over here because it does look pretty good. He's got some guac. He's got the whole thing going here.
Mild salsa verde. If you
Yeah, we keep trying to find like what are we eating next? He's done a lot of cool stuff. He made this. My favorite one I think he's ever made was these prime rib, or no, it wasn't prime rib. It was like ribeye steak sandwiches. He
you.
bought some really nice steaks, sliced them real thin. Had the onion and the pepper on there. So the other one he did a lamb one time, right? Was that
Yeah,
the very
lamb.
first? So here, kind of explain to us what we got going on here.
So we got
beautiful
guacamole,
spread.
onions, lime, cilantro, and then salsa verde. And then on the left here, we have steak tacos. In the middle, we have one. She took the steak and the chicken already, but I have another
took the
steak and
combo.
chicken right here. Combo. And then there's just chicken.
That was
yeah.
amazing.
It does.
coming out and making this happen again.
Yeah, no, it's no problem.
Nice little setup you got here.
I know. It's
very
kind of like
nice.
a build your own taco bar.
Yeah,
Walk
I'm
It
gonna-
is.
Okay, so let's see what we got here. I'm gonna take a steak. Give me a little bit of this guac on here. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna
Like
take
your
some of these
own little
onions.
take on walking tacos.
Oh,
Yes.
You're walking
I'll
them
take a little of
over.
that cilantro.
Yeah, I'm the one.
You are, yes.
Good.
Let me get some onion.
Chicken.
No, I'm just gonna take one for it.
Awesome.
There's more, so I'll make more and then leave them
Oh
on
my
tray.
god.
Absolutely. Now we're
Thank
talking.
you. Okay,
Steak. That's the combo right here. And then
I'm
this
gonna
is
do
just
the
chicken.
combo.
What's that one in the middle?
All right, thank you.
Well, that's pretty good.
Talk about lime too.
And guac.
Gotta have the lime.
Gotta have. The
Absolutely.
steak is cooked with lime juice, and it's like a dry rub that I use.
So you're saying dry rub
This isn't
and lime
spicy,
juice?
right?
You cook
No,
the.
it's mild. Is it
Okay.
spicy? Have you tasted
Nah, it's not spicy.
It's not. No, it's not too bad.
Also paired with avocado.
Thank
It is
you.
masked.
Thank you so much.
it? That is?
No, thank you.
Okay. you can-
Thank you so much.
That's
Give him a
awesome.
little. Thank you, Chef Jordan.
I need one of those in my backyard.
Yeah, right. That's why.
Jordan?
Yeah, a chef just making stuff up for you.
Yep.
Yeah, he started doing it a couple months back. I had tried to get him tied in by doing it by ordering him an apron online that was embroidered Chef Jordan Bonfire Banter on it. So I was like just kind of giving him a hint, like, "Hey, I bought this cool thing for you. You should start
Yeah.
like cooking for us for just out of your." Just for no reason and not getting paid or anything else, just show up and start cooking us food. And he, for some reason, keeps doing it. So he likes to cook.
And he's not wearing the apron though.
And he's not wearing the apron. I know. This guy needs to start bringing the apron back.
Maybe
I don't know.
you have to make him a cooler apron.
Apparently, I mean, we need to come to you and
Yeah,
get it.
maybe so. So
That's
you were
awesome.
asking me, so that was screen printing, and then
Yeah.
the other way to imprint shirts you could do is the direct to garment printing, which has come more popular, like the 1 hour t-shirts places, and they have them now at the malls, kiosks, But I always tell people, I mean, the direct to garment printer, so it basically will print directly onto a t-shirt.
Okay.
And I actually probably the year after I started, I had
So
looked
good.
into purchasing one of those because I thought it would make my life easier in printing shirts. But I found out that the cost of that printer was equal to the cost of my large printer, where I do all of my printing for my signs and banners and wall hangings and that. So the beauty of that printer, if I invested my money in the printer I have, I could print on a substrate for t-shirts. Similar to, I don't use the big one for like the ones I did for you.
Okay.
Well, I think some of the darker shirts I did.
Okay.
So that's that was probably one of the best decisions I made in going that route and not having my own direct to garment printer for.
Okay.
So the difference is screen printing. They use screens obviously, but you can't get the detail without using a laser printer or the direct to garment
Okay.
printer. So in order for me to get the detail, I have two different printers that will print full color, and one is the bigger machine that also prints signs.
Yeah.
And then I have a smaller machine that so that's how that isn't that boring.
So then basically the ones that you said you're not doing, you're basically just like subbing that out to.
Well, I don't do the direct to garment
Yeah.
printing.
Okay.
That one I don't do that.
Yeah.
So if people so when people come in and they have a lot of times people will come in with graphics like you did that
Yeah.
one time, but I only offer what I have, and I will let them know. I pretty much have to educate them too that their design is too complex for screen printing.
Gotcha.
So the route they have to go is laser printing, and those are their options: direct to garment printing or what I offer in the
Yeah.
shop. So a lot of times I will tell them, to be honest, that they should find someone that does direct to garment printing
Okay.
because it's a cost factor in that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the quality of what you made me was spot on exactly
I've
what I was
washed
hoping
my
for.
shirt 100 times,
Thank
and
you.
there is
It's
a
all
bug
good to
on
go.
the microphone. And yes, it looks just like the day I bought it.
Yeah, my daughter was very happy with that unicorn one.
Yeah, that
you
was
made
sweet.
for her.
That's
She
awesome.
put her head,
That was a good
put her face on a unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah.
I was meaning to tell her before she walked out, but she doesn't care. She's just
Yeah.
in her own world. So
She can have popsicles.
yeah, she was. It's hot out. She got some popsicles. She was super happy about life for sure. She
And
got
we
to go
got
to the park.
tacos. It's a
Yeah.
good day.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
This
getting
is-
after these after we're done here in
Oh,
a
they're
second. I'm gonna
so
get a couple
good.
more. I
Yeah.
didn't eat like you guys. I knew he was cooking tacos, so I had a little heads up. But I don't like to tell panelists that he's cooking because if something falls through, then you come hungry and then all of a sudden you can't make it out here or something. Then I look like a jerk. So
And now I feel like a cow because I ate twice.
you didn't have to tell anyone that.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
well.
that.
Sometimes you eat twice, whatever.
Exactly.
Your first dinner, your second dinner, there'll probably be a third dinner. I don't know.
It depends on how long the night goes here.
I live by Dairy Queen. There might be that kind of situation. I moved to Lombard, so there's that.
Oh, you are in Lombard now?
I did. I bought a house.
You bought a house. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I did not know that.
Oh, it was
absolutely.
yes.
Yeah.
It was super easy to get here. Yes, a businesswoman could buy her own stuff.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Independent.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at in Lombard?
I'm on Lombard Avenue, in between streets I don't know yet, and off of Grace.
Off of Grace. Okay.
yeah,
Lombard and Lombard. It's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
easy.
yeah, Lombard and Lombard.
Yeah, not too bad. It might get a little confusing at some point.
I
but-
know it's pretty funny.
So, what was the biggest purchase you had to make for your salon?
Oh man,
Because it didn't
oh.
come with anything, right? It's just a
So it
suite?
was my product. I
'Cause you have to stock a bunch
wanted
of inventory
to,
and stuff?
yes.
Yeah.
And when someone goes to you to get their hair done, they want shampoo. They want hairspray. The guys want a little paste for their hair. And I'm not going to carry American Crew like sports clips. Like I'm not that status. Like I've been there. That ship sailed. Like I needed something nice and that you can't find everywhere.
Yes.
So I went with Kevin Murphy. If you don't know my boy Kevin, you should check him out because Kevin Murphy is one of the best lines I've ever used, and it
You
is.
don't know him personally, do you?
I know who he is. I think he's Australian. But no, there's education. It's a great company, but they are like all natural brand. It's like very hippie. It's just everything is essential oil, and there's no, a gazillion different chemicals
Yeah.
that you
Just-
can't pronounce.
I feel like stuff's going that way. People don't want to look at the labels anymore and see a million different things.
No, and especially things that you don't know. Like,
Yeah.
well, I understand hibiscus and sunflower seeds. Yes, I know those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So like, it's very natural, and there's something that covers all the grounds.
Okay.
If you're color treated, if you're balding, if you want volume, if you have fuzz.
Yeah.
Some
You
people
have
have
to try
fuzzy hair.
so many
yeah.
different SKUs of things.
Dude, I spent thousands of dollars on this product, and I probably don't even know if I made it back. I I usually it's an investment.
Yeah.
You get it back and then you buy more and then you
Yeah.
get it back because like you have to buy literally the whole line. Some product you're like, okay, no, I'm going to sell this. I know I'm going to sell that. I'll just keep that. That's probably the safe move, but I wanted the risky move. I had to buy the whole line and then
Yeah.
I just rebuy what I
It's
need.
selling, yeah.
What is selling.
Which makes the
exactly.
shelves look better too.
No, they are
Everything's filled
beautiful
up and-
package and
yeah.
they go crazy. People go nuts for them. And actually, Hair Innovations is registered. I'm registered through them for the product. And it's the only salon in Elmhurst that carries Kevin Murphy. And we
Okay.
get calls all the time.
Really
So it's been awesome.
highly sought after.
It is.
And apparently not everyone's got it. It's
not
Not
everyone has
anyone else
Kevin
in
Murphy.
Elmhurst.
Yeah.
Nope.
that's pretty sweet.
Like
Again,
it's-
it's one of those things that it's a differentiator.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, if you have all the crew stuff in there, it's like, yeah, let's go.
Crew's been done.
Yeah, exactly.
Upgrade
right.
your life a little.
Upgrade your
It's
life.
probably $10 more. What does $10 buy you? Not a lot of things.
So you got like a nice pomade that would be nice for
Heck
my
yeah,
hair.
I have a beautiful pomade. I
I
should
use
have
this one
brought you
called like
pomade.
Pacino's or something right now.
Oh,
I
boy.
love it. But
Well, Lay Right's probably the best pomade ever, but
Yeah?
that's like I won't tell Kevin that, but I'm also a real person
yeah, I
here.
might need
but,
to take you up on trying. I used
but
to
I
use
have
the
a
Axe
pomade.
stuff a lot.
Oh
But
no.
yeah, see, I just go to Walgreens and get
Yeah,
anything that
Walgreens.
works. But I don't love this one. Actually, I like it a little bit better because it doesn't make my hair like hard, and it just feels a little bit more natural.
Okay, then
It's
you'd
still
love
got-
Kevin. Then
Okay, yeah.
I've got a gift coming to you, Bonfire Banter Justin.
Boom! Now we're talking.
I should have brought it. I didn't know we were doing pomade
okay.
tonight.
Hey, it's
and also,
okay.
I don't know if it would have made it in the heat
Yeah, it would've
and
just
the
been
fire
melting all over me.
at the
yeah.
same
It
time.
would have
Yeah.
been nice to have a live demonstration.
I know.
Yeah, we could have styled my hair. I would have
We really
done the ice
could've.
bath. I would've done the ice bath, and then you would have had to style my hair
Yeah.
afterwards. Yeah.
What do I got in the car?
Yeah,
I do have my pizza bag that Margie made, so I do have
bag.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, I have because I'm also a delivery woman sometimes
Yeah.
of my, jack of all trades
During
here.
COVID, you had to.
But I had to,
supplemental income.
I had to curve some way.
Yeah,
It was unemployment or deliver pizza,
Yeah,
and
good for you
I'm
for
a
delivering.
go-getter.
Absolutely.
So,
a lot of
um,
people are not doing what you're doing right now, and they're sitting at
Oh,
home loving the
I
unemployment.
couldn't. I
check,
also
so.
lived at my parents.
work,
and
people.
Needed to not be there, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
please let me go
I could
drive
be
around.
at home with my parents in my 30s, or I could deliver some tacos. Gonna
Man,
do
you've
that.
had a good
And meet
year.
some
Dude, I
people.
have. Yeah, and be around people. I
Yeah.
mean, it was kind of like it did stink to like walk into the Chipotle and see all the 16-year-olds with jobs, and you're like, well, I guess I'm gonna pick up this burrito bowl and bring it to Hillside now. But
So you actually told me something that's really interesting that I had no idea of. Is explain this 1,000 trip thing in the schooling. thing.
okay, wild. So
This
because
is gonna
I
be a
did,
plug for Uber Eats.
yeah, so because I do Uber Eats. And Uber Eats is actually amazing. When people say anything negative about the third-party delivery, I mean, it was the third-party delivery bringing the food into the hospitals to all the hospital workers that couldn't leave. It was,
You tell 'em, Dee.
just everything. It was such a good thing, and it's still a good thing. Like I'm bringing food to people at work. That's people can't leave and they want food at work. Anyway, so I drove 1,000 trips. It took me
Intense.
like 8 months, 9 months to drive 1,000 trips. And once you do that, Uber actually pays for your college, and not just you.
insane.
You might have a bachelor's degree, but maybe your family member doesn't, because they will pay for your family member if you already have a bachelor's degree,
That
or if
is
you want another one.
insane to me.
So it could be a family member, it could be your spouse, it could be a sister, a brother, a child, anybody. If you drive
I've
at
never heard this before.
I have never heard that.
Yeah, right. So you have to maintain status. So I mean, even as I'm a double hairdresser at 2 different salons, but I still have to deliver food because
to keep the status
because I'm taking
alive.
my classes, and
Yeah.
you got to keep the status.
So then,
so.
as soon as you graduate, I'm done with Uber Eats kind of thing. Or?
Hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
Fair, right?
That's
yeah.
sweet,
You've
yeah.
done your time. But it's
That's-
always there for you. It's just kind of nice. It's like, okay, I'm looking in my business, and I'm not busy today. Say I have
Yeah.
maybe a couple haircuts. I can go drive for Uber, and then
Yeah.
I've made up
Keep
what
your status and-
I mean, truthfully, it's no different than businesses that give you school reimbursement, right?
Right.
As long as you're working there, you get
Exactly.
it. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that makes sense.
Exactly.
And, you know,
They are one of the people, like Starbucks, same company. Like they're affiliated with Arizona State University, and that's what Uber is too.
Oh, okay. So Starbucks kind of does something like that too
It's
for their
with
employees?
yes, with the same school.
That is
I
mind-blowing.
think Arizona State University partners with pretty much any business that will give them money for their employees to go to school.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty cool thing, and it's all over the world because it's an online platform.
Yeah. And I was going to say, I mean, again, you need to go back to learn the things that you don't
I
know
need to know
about running your own
dirty
company.
tax.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. I mean, so it's pretty perfect. I wish that would have been around when I was going to school because I'm still paying student loans. So
Yeah, student
I
loans.
could really use some Uber Eats money
Yeah.
right now.
I know. But those that student debt is good debt, and that's what I learned in my first accounting class.
Okay.
That debt is always not always a bad thing.
Okay.
Like student debt, house debt, anything that you buy, like
Right.
debt could be good. You just have to
Yes.
like pay it off.
Yeah, just don't
eventually.
miss your payments. Yes.
Just don't go
Yeah.
in the hole too far down
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's never good.
Well, you made me feel better about saying some debt is good.
No, that's good debt.
that makes me feel
Education's
better.
good.
Yeah.
I've never been on board, but I'm on board now.
You're an academic now. You're right in the mix.
Yeah, I'm doing
Business
how to make a
owner,
website.
homeowner, college student.
And planning a wedding,
Jeez.
but whatever. That's cool.
Congratulations on that too. Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. The upcoming nuptials.
congratulations.
Where's that
Very
gonna be at,
busy.
by the way?
It's in Itasca,
Can I task him?
Eaglewood Resort and
Oh,
Spa.
I've seen Eaglewood. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Are
cool.
you
Never been
doing
there.
it this year?
I'm doing it this year. Finally,
Finally.
Nice.
where our families have never met before, and we're both like giant
Really?
families. It's like cool. It'd be nice if my sister knew your sister, but they don't know each other yet. So
Yeah.
the sisters are gonna meet and probably gonna do the electric slide, get drunk. It'll
There you
be
go.
awesome.
Sounds like a wedding to me. Yeah.
I know.
Sounds like a good time.
Come on in. We're having a band.
So I did want to take a second to shout out our sponsors. I want to say thank you to More Brewing Company. We need to get some more beers out here soon. I've been slacking on my communication with some of these guys. Brittany over at Consume Cannabis. I need to stop in there as well. If you're going to consume cannabis. York Furrier since 1931. Fine outerwear and furs. Go check them out. They're Uptown Elmhurst. Fantastic establishment over there. And again, family owned small businesses here. What do you got for me?
Yeah, real quick, we just got to 1,000 subscribers,
Yeah.
and we couldn't have done it without York Furrier.
They were like
So
the
thank you
first
very
and
much.
definitely supported us throughout. Kept our heads warm in the wintertime. They gave us some fur hats to
Awesome.
wear.
I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
where do you subscribe then?
For what?
Like, where's your 1,000?
Oh, it's on Facebook.
It's on Facebook.
Yeah,
I was
Facebook
I was looking at the
1,000.
Instagram, like, we need that one to say 1K.
Yeah. We're working on it.
Cool.
We're trying to diversify into everything. I have a TikTok even. I got 50 people on there. The time needs to be spent.
Oh man,
There's
it's
so
all
many platforms
social
and stuff.
media
It's
is
like
a time thing.
so we try to diversify. Give a couple to Rob. Give a couple to me. We all kind of pitch in on Facebook. So. Yeah, with all these different apps, and right now I feel like TikTok's the hot one. I don't know if
Yeah.
you're doing something with a video or you're creative at all.
Where was that when we
TikTok's
were
a
in middle
hot
school,
one.
man?
Dude,
we
we
would
would've
have
killed the
rocked
game.
it.
I know.
mean,
Seriously. But and then we also have JPL Property Services. That's Jim over there. Jim Littis. You know the name.
I do.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Jim, we're gonna need some more firewood soon. I know we talked to you about it, and you had said, how long do we need? We got about maybe 3 episodes left, maybe. We've been burning a lot less fire lately, or a lot less wood lately.
Hey,
So
how amazing is it that we actually made it through the whole winter with what he gave us?
yeah, with the
I mean,
one face cord that
he
he gave
supported
us.
our whole winter. So
Yeah.
thank you very much, Jim. I mean,
Yeah,
I can't
Jim,
say
that was
enough.
excellent. Who else? We got Claremont Collections. We're going to be doing a really cool shoot for the band Enough's Enough at Claremont Collections on June 26th.
Very fun.
Yeah, so that one's if you guys have never been, if you're car people
No.
or if your husbands or significant others or you yourselves are car fans, it's one of the nicest car collections you'll ever see, right in the heart of the city on Knox, I believe, Knox
Really?
Ave or Knox Street. But yeah, it's
What
like
is that?
it's called Claremont Collections.
No
It's
kidding.
like $48 million car collection. He's got 350 like specialty cars. I mean, I'm not the biggest car guy, and I walked in there and I was blown away and was, had to
I
go
need
see
to
everything.
go.
It's really cool. Yeah. Well, you're cordially invited if you want to stop by on June
it-
26th. But yeah,
When is it?
June 26th.
Okay.
no, we got to start the. Oh, it might be rescheduling. Okay. So, well, we'll see what happens with that. So,
We'll follow that.
yeah, we'll definitely be
Yes.
following up, and I see you guys in the behind the shops
Yes.
a lot of times anyway. So we'll be
It's
talking.
the best.
See
Spring
the
Road
dog, I'm
Biz.
there.
Yeah, exactly. That's how we know.
Or see the car.
Yeah.
Now that you know.
Jay and Jill Create, give them a shout out as well. Jay, we need to get an order in. We need to get some more merch going here. We need to get some more T-shirts. We need to get Chef Jordan, into a Bonfire Banter shirt when he's coming on now too. So, we forgetting anybody there? I feel like I am. Did Jay and Jill? Yeah, I think we're good. Basement Boys. You actually know a lot of the Basement Boys.
Oh, boy.
They were our first group of people that wanted to give us a little bit of money just to give them a shout out on the show. It's like the Lepore brothers, Andersons, Robbie Graves is in it. Pink Cows are both in it. So it's like a server Discord. It's like a group chat basically they have between the buddies, and they've been fans of the show for quite a while. And they, tune in sometimes. They'll give us some comments, but we like to give them a little shout out and let them know that
The
we that we care.
Basement Boys, I love you
Yeah.
guys.
And I'm sorry if I'm forgetting anybody else there, but Chef Jordan, thank you for coming out again tonight, cooking for us.
Delicious.
It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Really
much.
good stuff. I'm excited to go back there and have a few more of those. I didn't want to look like a slob on camera. I'm just
Oh, I
gonna Eat
did.
the one. You only ate one.
And now
we
I'm
could go.
sweaty too.
Yeah, so thank you so much, both of you, for coming back
You're
out or
very
coming out
welcome.
tonight.
Thank you for
It's
having
fantastic. Support small business. Check out Angel Fancy on Spring Road in Elmhurst. Go check out the Jedi Hair Master over there in Wicker Park. What do you want to give us a street name or an address? or something?
us. It's on Division in Wicker Park, but Jedi Hair Master D on Instagram or
There
D
you go.
Rose Hair on Booksy and Hair Innovations in Elmhurst and
Boom.
Uber Eats. I'll be at your door.
Yeah. He does it all. Keep stoking those fires. We'll see you very soon. Keep liking, subscribing, commenting. That all means the world to us. We will see you very soon. Signing out. Bonfire Banter. Bonfire Banter. We want to give a special shout out to all of our sponsors. Since day one, York Furrier has been helping us out, supporting us on social media, gave us some fantastic hats. What could be better than that? Keep me warm all winter long around this fire. Since 1931, they've been a locally owned and operated purveyor of exceptional furs, fine outerwear, and unique accessories. Check them out in downtown Elmhurst on York Road. The finest fur establishment, furry, that you're going to find anywhere in Chicagoland area. That's where the stars are going when they're filming in Chicago. They're going to York Furrier. So check them out. Thanks again for all your support. Moore Brewing Company. Big thank you to them. They've been letting us try some of their amazing craft beers. They're out in Huntley is their main establishment with most of their brewing equipment on Auto Mall Drive. You can also check them out in Villa Park on Villa. My new favorite beer is actually by them, Partially Cloudy. So thank you so much for turning me on to this one, and thanks for your support, Moore Brewing Company. If you're looking for unique craft beers and artfully crafted food, go check them out. Again, supporting local business is what this is all about right now. JPL Property Services, keeping us warm around the fire with that full face cord. Thank you so much to Jim for dropping that off. If you're looking for anything from landscaping to snow removal, look no further. Jim will get you taken care of. JPL Property Services. Check them out on Facebook. And lastly, Jay and Jill Create. That's our art director, Jay. Jay and Jill Create. Pretty much print you anything you want. T-shirts, mugs, ornaments, gifts, whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for something creative, give them a call. Jay and Jill Create. Check them out on Facebook as well. As always, thank you to all of our sponsors. And here's to us, hoping we can get a few more. Bonfire Banter. We'll see you soon.